Hello everyone. I will walk through the Search Console Data Studio template right now. I'm using this template to optimize my um, search engine optimization SEO efforts. So I have some obvious pattern to review all the landing pages, all the queries. So I try to create a template based on my own behavior and own optimization. So let's deep dive the dashboard right now. So there is a 28 different pages, but obviously almost all of these pages are the variation of the different times. So you don't have to deal with changing the date. So you will have a appropriate time frame when you look at each page. So the first bunch of the page are a cockpit. I named this page cockpit because I see all of my important metrics in the aggregate version. So this page is great for if you are if you seek for some screenshot to put presentation. So there's the last 7 day, last week, last month, last 3 months of performance. For example, I select last month. I see that average position for all the keywords is 33, and my 1,100 different queries has been indexed and get traffic, get impression, not traffic, get impression. And I have 245 different landing pages that get impression and indexed in the Google Search Console. So this is the number of impression, number of clicks, and the CTR. So you will see a number of differences, or I compare this number to previous period. For example, if I select last month, then you can see the previous month's performance. And also there is an additional line which compare this data with the previous year. For example, last month is the January. And when I compare January with the previous month, then there's for example, impression wise, there's a twofold increase in terms of the impression and 11-fold increase when we compare January with the previous years of the January. So when I select the last 14 days, for example, and then the dashboard will show you the previous 14 days of data in terms of the comparison. So this is the cockpit of what we are doing in the search engine optimization, focusing on the Google mostly, not the Bing or Yandex. So this two-page contains the overall trends, which means we have 6 different metrics, and these pages show us the overall trend of this metric. For example, these are the average position. So it will be great. This is the only metric we want to decrease. So average metric, if average metric is decreased, which means we have higher chance to put our landing pages in the first page of the Google search result, which is the only option to get, on the way to get significant traffic from the Google. So if you click here, I forgot to mention the data selector. You will see a different data selector. So for example, we are looking for our main domain, North Star Analytics Co. UK. So I recently start search engine optimization efforts actually at the beginning of this year. So you can see that we are able to index different queries over time. This is the number of different landing pages which gets traffic, which gets impression, not traffic. Traffic will come later, but these queries and these landing pages are starting to getting impression, starting to become visible in Google search results. So this is the impression and this is the URL clicks. And URL clicks are started to increase slowly, which is very great. If you look at last year, I had barely get click 1 or 2 mostly, but I got recently almost 16 click in average, I believe, which is the great. So this is the overall trends, last 3 months and last 13 days, and it will help us to keep us on track, by the way. Okay, this is the overall trend, and what about the details of this trend? If you want to break down the trends based on by queries or landing page, you should use these two area. For example, if you look at the last 3 months of daily trend, landing page trend, then you will see the top 10 landing pages performance over time. There are 100 landing page here, but you are seeing the top 10 landing page performance. In fact, this is very helpful dashboard, a helpful page. In fact, I noticed something while I'm creating this dashboard, and I think this one, how to blend. Yeah, this is the number 1 impression getting landing pages is getting less impression over time, which is important for me because I try to expand my organic presence in the Google Data Studio world. And this is another horrible thing. No, this is the great thing, because how to set up a bar chart on Google Data Studio is recently has a significant increase, which is great. But I had a dead link, which I try to find right now. This is the date, which is great. Scatter plot, working with dates. Yeah, this is another filters are getting less traffic. And yeah, we are doing great, I believe. So we are able to see each landing page's performance over time as a trend chart. So this is my homepage, for example, and you can see my homepage performance. It is stable because my branding is not increased so much faster. But I'm increasing my presence in Google organic results in non-branded keywords, which is the Google Data Studio. So if you look at how to set up bar chart on Google Data Studio, it got impression. It got impression over time. But I think the last day was February 2020 is a great the greatest day of the history of this landing page, and we are getting more traffic over time, which is my target audiences. So you can select the only button to analyze each landing page performance. And if you look at here, this is the analyzers tool, and this dashboard will give you the power of to analyze Google Search Console like a pro. So when I click for example, the first landing page, which is the how to set up bar chart on Google Data Studio, you are able to see the queries that this landing page got traffic before. So if you select, for example, Google Data Studio drill down, then you are able to see if there is any click and any impression comes from this query. And also there's a country selection here, so I can able to see if my United Kingdom visitors, but mostly probably I'm getting from United States, Russia, Indonesia. Yeah, it is strange. None of these countries, but I believe that this is United States. So you are able to see the landing page performance and based on the impression and click by selecting one by one. So this is the power of analyzing. So you can click here to see each landing page performance, and I am seeing that the yellow one, there is a huge increase in the yellow one, which is, I believe, how to work with date in Google Data Studio, which is great. And also you can select different, for example, meeting.care. This is my newly opened domain. So which one is giving status updates? This one. So this is getting the traffic mostly recently, which is awesome on my side. So you can able to analyze the queries that is bringing traffic for this landing page. And I'm clicking reset, which is reset all the data sources. So I select the domain again, and you are able to see the last 6 months of data, last 1 years of data. I don't have that much of data, but you can see the increase over time. This is the same thing. What this is for the queries. Last 13 days. So when we look at the Google Search Console in terms of the queries, the most important thing is the average position of the queries. We try to decrease the position, which means we try to put every keyword in the top 10 result of Google search. So that is why we need to decrease this number. This is the only number we need to decrease. This is the 32 right now. And you can see the query impression over time in different, for example, what is the pink one? Yeah, I remember that data blending is my keyword, which I lost the impression and click. So I would like to see a wider period. That is why I'm selecting the last 3 months daily data. And you can see that which one, the dark purple or red, dark purple, I'm not sure, was getting data before, and I lose this data, but it was great recently. But last 7 days, I'm not sure what happens, but I lost. I just click here to understand that if I lost anything, because when I click here, I excluded the data blending tools. And this is the data blending. Yes, this is my 2 most important keywords. Yeah, everything else are great right now, but I have a problem with these 2 keywords. I select this selection. I reset the selection, by the way, and I select the only and click here. And you can see that I don't know right now what is the problem, because I just noticed I have a problem with data blending keyword in my search console, but I will take care of the problem after this video. But this dashboard can give you the power to analyze each landing page, each keywords over time. So I'm looking at the Google Data Studio pros and cons, and I need to focus on this keyword, because probably this keyword will give us more leads. Lead generation dashboard, Facebook ads dashboard, fashion marketplace, and Google Data. This I believe that I need to focus on. Yeah, Google Data Studio training. Calculated fields. Look at here. We had not a great position, but we had a position below the 13 and around the 20, and we are getting the impression. But if I increase this impression, decrease the position to below the 10, then we will able to see the clicks in this keyword, which is the my core target audiences. And this is my branding keyword, which should one, yeah. And okay, this is the query trend. So you are able to see the each queries, last 13 days, last 14 days, etc. Another great thing is, for example, this is the search. So click here, then I deselect all the queries. Then I select, for example, Data Studio. Now I see all the queries related to Google Data Studio. Then select this. Then you can see the only keyword that contains Google Data Studio. So we are increasing the impression, not clicks right now, but increasing the impression in terms of the Google Data Studio. And I hope I will get more click in time in that specific keywords. This is the landing page analysis. So these are the trend pages and landing page trend and query trend. And what if we want to analyze deeply of landing pages or the queries? For example, if I select the last 14 days, then I see these are my landing page which gets most click, but there is a delta columns here. For example, this is the how to set up a bar chart in Google Data Studio. We have 1200 impression, and we increase the impression by 200 for in terms of the if you compare the previous 14 day. Don't forget that if you select the last 14 days, then the comparison will show the previous 14 days. And if you select the last 13 days, then the comparison will show previous 13 days data. This is the most, I got the impression mostly from the how to work with date in Google Data Studio widget perfect. But if you look at the working with Google Data Studio filters, I lost impression by half. It was 800 probably, then I lost 400 of this impression, then it halved. Then I need to focus on this page mostly. Look at this, how to blend in the Google Data Studio. And yeah, this is the huge how to add or remove rows in columns in Google Sheets. This is one of the introductional content, but it lost impressions over time, which I need to focus on this specific keyword. So these are the queries, and this is the same way. So if you select the last 13 days, for example, you can see the performance changes, impression and click changes over time. And this is the same thing for the queries. And these are the for landing pages, and these are the queries. So you can see that which queries are bringing more impression, and if you compare the previous time period. Google Sheets highlight duplicates and data blending, which is my main problem right now. And I click the data blending. So I forgot to say that each table has a filter function. For example, I select the data blending right now, and this when I click this data blending, then you can see each table has been filtered based on the data blending. Based on this keyword. I can select Snapchat, for example. Then you can see the Snapchat's performance, and I'm getting only traffic from desktop, by the way, which is I didn't know before. And that's all so far. And if you want to some extension on this template, you can reach me. I can add this extra feature to the template. And I hope you like this template, and you will this template will save your time and make you find anomalies and hidden problems at light in your account, in the different account, if you have more than one account. So that's all so far. Thank you for listening up to here.